Hello and welcome to Tetra Football. Me and Ryan here, and today we're filming our newest video. Obviously, I'm going to title it Deadline Day Drama. And today we're just going to talk about all the crazy transfers that were going on the last day. Ryan, would you like to start us off with one of yours?
Well, Aubameyang to Chelsea. I think this is a
Quite a bit
big,
of business at
big
Chelsea,
move for both the player and the club. I think he's either got the potential to completely flop or start really well and work really well under Tuchel and solve his attitude problems. But I'm leaning towards the flop. What about you?
Yeah, that's fair. Well, for that transfer, I think he'll do what he always does. He'll start well, but I reckon by January you'll be fed up with him and want to loan him out somewhere or something like that. But Chelsea does quite a bit business as well. You also got rid of Billy Gilmore, didn't you? I don't know if there's any other little business going on.
I was just about to say, we sold Kennedy, didn't really get much game time.
Got rid of Marcus Alonso as well, so that's a bit less squad depth, I think.
Well, I just think Billy Gilmore's going to be another one of those classic Chelsea. Get rid of such a good young talent, and then we eventually buy him back.
You'll buy him back becomes for 10 times
big.
As much.
Yeah. He's a really good player. I was actually quite annoyed when I found out Tuchel didn't even give him a squad number, so I think he got the move he deserved, but it would be nice for us to hold on to him.
Yeah.
I did see that Liverpool signed Arthur from, not signed, got a loan.
Arthur 1 year loan deal. I've always liked him as a player. He did pretty well as Barcelona. I actually watched the highlights video of him once for whatever reason. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, he looked pretty good. I think he was alright for Barcelona. He went to Juventus. It didn't quite work out, but he's still relatively young. I think mid-20s. Klopp still has time to mould him into a better player. And obviously he's just cover for the injuries like Thiago and Henderson getting a bit older. So it's just good squad depth for Liverpool, really. I'm not sure he'll be the best because, like I said, it didn't work out for him at Juventus. But I still think he'll be decent and probably an upgrade on Naby Keita anyway.
Talking of squad depth, Man United getting in a backup keeper, Dubravka from Newcastle. I just think he's not really going to play much, so I was a bit confused about this move. I think he could have gone to Leicester. He probably wouldn't have wanted to, but
yeah,
I mean, that's guaranteed first team football. But he chose to go to United.
Sit on the bench, really.
I think he could get on.
He'll play the cup games.
If he does get on, he could prove himself and maybe challenge David De Gea for the number one position, but it just really depends if De Gea is not on top form.
United just don't drop De Gea though, do they? Even with Dean Henderson as well, who's actually started really well. He's saved a couple of penalties, but that brings us to talk about Nottingham Forest, who I think I think they broke a record for the most signings. I think 21 or something. That's literally an entire squad, not even a whole new starting 11. That's like an entire squad now. Obviously, not on deadline day. They had signers like Lodi and Gibbs White earlier in the window, but I think on deadline day they signed Bolly.
Yes, Bolly from
a solid Premier League proven defender.
That's something I want to talk about. Wolves have let quite a lot of their defenders go, and it's just a bit confusing. They've let Connor Cody, Dendoncker and Bolly go.
Yeah.
It's a bit worrying if you're a Wolves fan. Wolves 17th not looking too dodgy now, eh?
Yeah, well, I think for Wolves, it's just that they had loads of defenders, and when they played a back five, so I think they're getting rid of some of them now. They've moved to just a back four with the fullbacks. But that also brings me about Dendoncker. He went to Aston Villa, and I think they also signed another centre back from a Premier League club. I can't remember who. I think it was Bednarek from Southampton, actually. Yeah. So solid defensive reinforcements for Villa. To be fair, I'm not sure they'll start.
I didn't see. It was one of those transfers that, like Danny Ings to Villa, it just came out of the blue. You just didn't hear anything about Dendoncker getting linked to Villa. I mean, it could either turn out really well or really poor. I mean, Tyrone Mings could definitely be helped by another player supporting him. I mean, Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, especially after
Douglas Luiz. I mean, Diego Carlos.
He got injured.
He's obviously injured, so they had to bring in another replacement at centre back.
It's good business. That's the thing about Villa, though. They always get their business done quick. They put their money where else is. They sign the players for anyone else can get near them, and they get it done.
It does seem though it's like a last desperate bid for Stevie G not to get sacked.
Yeah, it could be. But how about the fact that Leicester actually signed a defender? I can't remember the name of him, but
he's a young centre back. Quite
I did hear that he's
commanding.
a strong leader type centre back, which is kind of what they need after losing Fofana, another young prospect. He might have been not the best player in the changing room. I think this other player will be the opposite of that. I reckon he'll want to improve and learn under Rodgers, and apparently, he's a strong physical centre back, a leader as well, and that's what Leicester need after losing
He's definitely
Schmeichel.
a good signing for them. I think he could be a good replacement for Fofana. Obviously, probably not the level of Fofana, but his attitude could probably improve the club as a whole.
Yeah.
I think that Leicester needed to do a bit more
that's what
business.
I was going to say. Do you think
I think they were
more?
affected by obviously having to play at 8 o'clock. They couldn't really do much business within the club, but it's one of those dodgy ones. And I wanted to ask, were you surprised that Leicester didn't get rid of Tielemans and Maddison last day?
I think they did well to hold on to them. So if they'd lost them too, I think they'd almost be sure to get relegated at that point. But they held on to their players.
They could perhaps, if it weren't the 8 o'clock kickoff, they perhaps could have gone off and done medicals at other clubs. Perhaps got a deal. I just think...
No, I don't think they were planning on leaving, no, that's the thing. I think that it would have happened earlier in the window, but what I want to talk about moving back to Chelsea, actually, is you signed Zakaria on loan. He used to be at Gladbach, Swiss international. He got a free move, I think, to Juventus. I think United wanted him for a bit. He got a free move, or very cheap move, to Juventus because his contract was running out, and hasn't worked out from there. I'm just assuming you brought him in for squad depth. Is there really much you think about that?
I just don't think he'll get much game time. I think, as you said, he's a squad depth player, but I just think we brought in some good signings like Aubameyang and Fofana. I mean, they're probably the main signings we want to focus on. I mean, I think he was really to replace a player like Kennedy in squad depth, just like
not
a midfielder.
Really the same position,
but yeah.
Zakaria, apparently, lots of people seem to think it was kind of a desperate move, really. I'm not sure why you really wanted him. I guess you did release quite a few players.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it's a desperate move, because a desperate move is like going for someone that you're actually going to play. Well, he's probably not going to play, is he?
No, he's probably not. But is there any other transfer business you can think of on that last day you'd like to talk about? It's quite mental.
Alonso going to Barcelona.
It's a lot of Chelsea business, really.
Yeah, Barcelona, Chelsea and Tottenham earlier on in the window, and Arsenal earlier on in the window did really dominate this window. United, they officially announced Antony on the last day. I mean, I just he could either be one of the best wingers in the Prem or completely flop.
Yeah.
I just think it depends on his attitude, to be honest.
Yeah.
If he comes in with an ego that he's the best player, he's going to completely flop. But if he's willing to learn from Ten Hag, I think that could really help United with not having to play Elanga, because, no offence, United fans, he's not the youngster everyone thought he was.
Yeah, obviously a good player in Antony. He does it depends on how Ten Hag works with him, and I think that just about wraps up this video. There's no real major business I can think of to talk about.
No. If there is, let us know in the comments, and we will reply.
Transfers we missed, and that'll end this video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, get your notifications on, because every little helps. Thanks for watching.